Samuel the prophet sought out King Saul and said to him,
Remember how the Lord sent me to anoint you to be king over Israel? Now, therefore, hearken unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
I am listening, Samuel.
The Lord of hosts spoke to me, saying, I remember that which the Amalekites did to Israel in the days of Moses, how they laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite the Amalekites, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
The Lord told you this?
Those are his words, Saul. Now, go and obey them, my son.
I will do as the Lord has commanded.
Then King Saul sent messengers throughout Israel, saying,
I come to you with orders from the king. The Lord has commanded Israel to destroy the Amalekites. Therefore, let every man among you take up his sword and his spear, and make haste to Telaim, where the army will assemble.
Sire, I have a complete count now of how many men reported for duty.
Good. How many men do we have, General?
200,000 footmen, sire, as well as 10,000 men of Judah.
Excellent, excellent. We should have no trouble in crushing the Amalekites. There's only one thing to do before we start.
What's that, Your Majesty?
Send word to the Kenites to leave their homes among the Amalekites. The Kenites were kind to Israel when they came out of Egypt. I have no intention of hurting them.
I'll send messengers off at once.
The Bible tells us very little about Saul's campaign against the Amalekites. It says only that Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley, and that he smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur over against Egypt. We also know that Saul took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, but utterly destroyed all the rest of the people with the edge of the sword. But although Saul and the men of his army seemed willing enough to carry out God's commandment concerning the Amalekites themselves, there was a different feeling about the cattle, sheep, goats, and other spoils of war.
Seems a shame to kill all these animals. I could use a pair of strong oxen back on the farm.
Likewise, and I wouldn't mind a dozen lambs or so. A lot of mine died last month.
Still, Samuel told
Samuel. We won the war, didn't we? We have a right to the spoils.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto Samuel,
The Lord bless you, Samuel. I have done all the Lord commanded me to do. I have subdued the Amalekites and killed every man, woman, and child.
Then what is the meaning of all this bleating of sheep and lowing of oxen I hear?
The people brought them from the land of the Amalekites. They spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to be used as sacrifice unto the Lord.
Why did you disobey the Lord?
I obeyed the Lord. I defeated the Amalekites and destroyed them and made Agag their king prisoner. It was the people who spared the animals, not me.
To obey the Lord is better than to sacrifice, Saul. And because you have rejected the word of the Lord has rejected you.
Rejected me?
Thy house shall not rule Israel after you.
I have sinned, Samuel. But it was only because I feared the people. Please forgive me, Samuel, and come with me, so that I may worship the Lord and seek remission of my sin through sacrifice.
I will not go with you, for you have rejected the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you. The evil spirit now rules you.
Oh, please, Samuel, help me. Do not leave me.
You laid hold of me and ripped the skirt of my mantle. Thus the Lord has rent the kingdom of Israel from you this day, and has given it to another man.
Then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house to Gibeah. And Samuel came no more to see Saul until the day of his death. Nevertheless he mourned for Saul. And the Lord repented that he had made Saul king over Israel.